What's up, everybody? Welcome back and welcome to Monday, November 18th, day 43 of climbing the mountain. We'll get into the check-in. Got a busy one today, so we'll try to fly right through this. Woke up, weighed ourselves at 348.2 pounds. Uh, Expected that from yesterday, where I was trying to see if I could get rid of some water weight and wound up heavier, so um, nothing new to see here. I'll come back to it though. So for blood pressure, measured that at 153 over 86. I will come back to that as well. Got some pretty big news there potentially. As far as sleep goes, I got 6.5 hours of sleep, so that wasn't too bad. And then to food, um, I got bamboozled a little bit here. Uh, we had to do our wellness screening at work, so I had to come in fasted. So the plan was to get the lab work done and then go upstairs to the cafeteria at work and eat something there. Uh, so my lab work got done and then I had to go to another meeting. By the time I got done with that, it was like 9:30. It was maybe like 9:28 in the morning. But I grabbed my wallet and my keys. I got led upstairs. By the time I got up there, um, there was nobody in the cafeteria. And after a few minutes, somebody came out and told me that they stopped serving breakfast at 9:30, so missed out there. Um, it's kind of unfortunate because they acted like I should have known that, and I never go up there, so that was a little irritating, but whatever. So, buddy Brad hooked me up with a Nature's Valley crunchy peanut butter bar that he had, so appreciate that. Just to throw something on my stomach, tied me over until lunch. Lunch came around, I ate 3 slices of pizza from Wegmans. Then for dinner, just to fill, I mean, not to fill calories, but it perfectly filled calories. I had pasta with butter. Then no snacks for the day, so we came out right on where our calorie goal is. And then for the MyFitnessPal chart, um, so we overshot the calories just a hair, and then the sodium's really high because of the pizza. Other than that, it's a decent day. I'm starting to think probably going forward when I change my eating habits, I might just ban pizza and Chinese food from the days. It seems like they're uh, aggressively counterproductive to what we're trying to accomplish. So that I guess look for that in the future. Uh, then I'm gonna move over into talking points. I got a few things to go over here. I'm gonna start out with what's changed. So today, I talked about doing the casual walk with Sable to get her some exercise. Did a 12-minute walk with her, so got her rolling. The As far as the grip exercises, my left max grip was 134 pounds, so that is now at 40.2 pounds that I needed to hold. And then my right grip, I hit 130.2 for a max, and that translates to 39 pounds that I need to hold. So um, these still aren't challenging what I've been doing. I've been holding the low 40s, so this is just fine. We'll keep pushing the envelope as best we can. And then uh, the walking today, I didn't have a great trust of the heart rate watch that I bought. It just, whenever I'd use it, it would spike up and down pretty violently. So I happen to have a heart rate monitor that hooks up to my chest that I used to use. So I took that downstairs and tested it, and as it turns out, I could get up to 3.5 miles an hour without breaking the 120 beats per minute mark too badly. I think it capped out at 123 as I was testing it while not filming, and I've got a screenshot of the app I was using to track it. So I let it go for about 5 minutes after warming up, and it peaked at 123. So I just took a screenshot of that, and then afterwards I started filming. Took another warm-up period, and then walked the 3.5 for the 28 minutes or whatever it is, and then did my cool down. So spent 33 minutes down there, I think, altogether. Um, so that's good. We made some progress there. That'll help our uh, conditioning, and it'll kill some calories too with the higher intensity. And then I think that's it as far as what's going. Well, no, I also with the elevated split squat, I added uh, a small weight for my lead foot to step on just to increase the stretch that I get there. So we'll have that for a while, and that may become a taller weight in the future. But that's another thing that's changed. Then I think that's it. I wanted to get into some other stuff. So to begin with, yesterday we had the real bad day. I want to thank everybody that talked to me about that, just all the suggestions and um, the perspective I got from Brian, everyone I talked to at work, and everybody else that's commented about it or sent me messages. Um, I just I wasn't looking at it kind of the way I should be, and I just let the sequence of events really get to me. Um, I'd prefer to do that and just I guess have that genuine thought process and emotion involved than to try to be anything but genuine and try to play cool and positive in that moment because it was extremely frustrating. But kind of like everybody told me today, it's things happen and you stick to the plan and we'll keep going the way we're going and we'll get back. So ultimately, nothing to get real bent out of shape about. Um, you know, uh, Brian told me, just don't let the negative thoughts take over because that would just spiral out of control. Just control what you can control and move forward with it and keep doing better. But a thing he said to me that I think it puts everything right in line for me is that he and I very much want to go 0 to 60 with everything we do. So for us to kind of be held back with the project and the way we're doing it, where we want it to be something anybody can do, that's that's out of character for us because we like to just go ham and do the best we can, but that's not what we're doing here. So Brian said, I think we need to change our expectations and not assume that this is just going to be a straight shot of progress the entire time. And so when things like this happen, we're not uh, we're not as bent out of shape as I was. Um, I don't know. It was bad. I should have done a better job about explaining that it would be okay and that we'll make this up. We just got to keep doing the work, and as things progress, this will become a non-issue. So, I guess I'll say apologize for being a little baby about it. It's just kind of how I felt, and I wanted to portray that accurately, I suppose. Um, but just what I said, things will get better here. We'll keep at it. I mean, we're making a bunch of progress today. The isometrics are there. We got the casual walk. Our other walk sped up. So um, things are getting bigger and better all the time. We just got to stick to the plan. The last thing, well, two of these things I want to talk about. Um, the first is that with the wellness screening I had today, I found out that all of my measurables are doing fairly well, and they're not perfect because my weight's high. So um, the things that you'd expect to be a little bit higher are still higher. Triglycerides and like my uh, like ratios are higher because of my weight, and BMI is obviously high, but like total cholesterol and I guess just cholesterol in general is not bad. So um, definitely a great improvement over previous years. So I'm excited about that. Uh, I had a pretty major takeaway though potentially here. I'm not gonna get super excited, but I'll explain what I'm talking about. So I sat down to do the screening, and the blood pressure machine that was on the table is nearly the exact model as the one I use at home, one of these little Omron automatic machines. And the lady that was taking my blood pressure opted to just do it manually rather than use the machine because my arm is so big. And she took my blood pressure at 122 over 74, which puts us just slightly over where we want to be, which is amazing. Um, I talked to her about that, and she says that those machines and the one I'm using struggle with people with big arms because the air bladder inside of the sleeve can't get all the way around your arm. It can't do what it needs to do, so it ends up giving you a bloated reading. That being said, I asked her what she thought I should do to get an accurate measurement, and she suggested getting a wrist measuring implement. So I've got one of those ordered. Should be here in the next few days. Uh, if that starts to read down, if that reads consistently with what she told me, that would be amazing. So we're gonna find out, and then I will have to give away my other machine or something. But um, that would be pretty spectacular if that's the case. We've been dealing with bloated numbers for a little while now, so something I was looking or pretty excited about. It cheered me right up. So there's potential on the horizon for good things there. And then I just want to talk about had a few people today because of our wellness screening today. A couple people talked, well, a few talked to me about what we're doing here and how if I can do it, they feel like they can do it too. And a couple people commenting and messaging me saying similar things. Seeing this is encouraging them to uh, get after it. Start doing something for themselves, and um, that's really awesome to me. I started it with the intention of expecting nobody to care maybe or I thought if one person takes anything out of this, that would be outstanding. It would make it all worth it, and we are well beyond that. And I think no matter how bad these days get, I've explained to a few different people that I feel the gravity of having others um, take something away from this and get some value out of it to motivate them. So this thing has become bigger than me. So I I would take that responsibility and wear it proudly. Really, um, I want to explain that quitting's not really an option. So as bad as it may get, we're gonna show up the next day and we'll work at it, and then we're going to show up the next day, we're going to work at it, and that's going to be a constant. So I wanted to explain this is what I do now. Like this has become my hobby. I used to be, or not used to be, it's only 6 weeks ago, but I'd sit and play video games on the computer for some ungodly number of hours a day, but I hadn't touched any of that in some time. And I had a game on my phone that I was playing up until a couple days ago, and that finally got to the point where it didn't make sense to me. It was taking up too much of my time, so that's gone now too. So I'm legitimately not touching video games right now. Um, I liked watching sports a lot. This year I haven't watched football at all, really, so that was a big adjustment for me too. once baseball got over with, I just haven't even paid attention to anything. So this is absolutely what I do, and I'm super proud that anybody's getting something out of it, and it motivates me to no end that others are talking to me about it and they're getting value out of it. So I welcome that and appreciate that. And if anybody is making some progress or doing some work, please feel free to tell me about it because I need to hear that just as much as anybody needs to hear me keep showing up day in day out. There's the saying iron sharpens iron, and that's what we're doing here. So if you've got something to report, please do so because I'll feed off of it just as much as anything. Um, but I appreciate that, and uh, I think it's important to set a precedent, be an example. Um, it's the kind of high tide raises all boats thing, and I take some pride out of setting the bar or being the bar. So if I can be that for you or someone, that's great, and I'm happy to do that. Uh, I don't know, but I apologize for yesterday. I think it was good for me to learn the lesson of just being patient and keep going after it and understanding that we're not trying to get somewhere tomorrow. We don't even have a goal set. We just have our goal is to feed into the process and keep working at it and get a little bit better. It's not, get to 200 and some odd pounds. It's just keep doing what we're doing and see where it takes us. So if we gain weight, it is what it is. We'll work it back off. Um, that's really all there is to it. So lesson learned. Won't be any more of that nonsense. We'll take all this in stride going forward. And I think that is all I have to yap about. So thank everybody again for watching. Thank everybody for contributing and feeding back and giving me the motivation too. This is all awesome. So I appreciate everything, all the suggestions. Everything makes a difference, and we'll keep sharpening this thing. We'll keep firing at it. We'll show up every day and we'll work at it until we get where we're going, and then we'll keep working at it some more. So thanks again. Uh, keep climbing the mountain. We won't jump off of it like we talked about last night. And I will see you tomorrow.